You know that feeling, right? That wave of stress that just washes over you. Your chest gets tight, your thoughts start racing. It happens to all of us. But what if the best tool for instant calm wasn't some new app or a pill? What if it was built right into you, ready to go at any moment? Well, it is, and we're about to dive into the science of this incredible internal superpower. So first up, let's talk about just how common this feeling is. Because honestly, knowing you're not the only one is a pretty big deal. Yeah, if you've been feeling a little more on edge lately, you are definitely not alone. It's not just a feeling either. Stanford Medicine looked into this and found that, yeah, anxiety has become this shared global experience, especially over the last few years. And look, it doesn't take a huge global event to set it off, does it? Just think about those everyday moments. That email notification pops up from your boss, and bam, your heart starts pounding, your shoulders tense up. It's a totally physical thing. And for a lot of us, that physical jolt kicks off this chain reaction of worry, like a snowball rolling downhill, just getting bigger and faster. But what if you could just stop that snowball right in its tracks? What if, in that exact moment, you could hit a reset button on that whole physical stress response? Well, that's the powerful idea we're digging into today. So, what is this superpower? Well, it's something you do about 20,000 times a day, usually without even thinking about it. It's your breath. And look, this isn't just a nice idea. This is straight up biology. Dr. David Spiegel over at Stanford puts it perfectly. Our breath is fascinating because it's usually on autopilot, right? But we can grab the controls anytime we want. And when we do that, we can directly change how our body is physically feeling. We can literally steer ourselves away from stress. And what's so wild is that this is not a new discovery. For thousands of years, practices like yoga and meditation have been built around the power of the breath. What's different now is that scientists can actually look under the hood. They can see the precise biological switches getting flipped that explain why these ancient techniques are so incredibly effective. So if science is finally catching up to ancient wisdom, what's the most effective trick they've found? Well, it's not just take a deep breath. It's a very specific, very powerful pattern called the physiological sigh. Okay, it sounds a little different, I know, but the pattern is everything. It's a deep inhale through your nose, and then, right at the very top, when you think your lungs are full, you sneak in one more little sip of air. Then you let it all go with a long, slow exhale through your mouth. That little double inhale is the secret sauce. And here's the absolute coolest part. You already do this. Your body does this automatically when you're sleeping to reset your respiratory system, or when you're sobbing to calm down. It's a built-in, natural reset button. All we're doing is learning how to press it on purpose whenever we need it. All right, so how on earth does a simple sigh create such a huge sense of calm? Well, to get that, we need to take a quick look at the science of our own nervous system. I want you to meet the star of the show, the vagus nerve. I know, it sounds super technical, but just think of it as your body's built-in emergency brake. It's this massive nerve that connects your brain to almost all of your major organs. And when you activate it, you are literally telling your body to slow down and chill out. The easiest way to think about it is like a car. Your nervous system has a gas pedal and a brake pedal. The sympathetic system, that's the gas. It's your fight or flight response that revs everything up. But the parasympathetic system, which is controlled by that vagus nerve, well, that's the brake. It's for rest and digest. When you're stressed out, your foot is just slammed on the gas. And this is the most important part. That long, slow, extended exhale, that's how you hit the brakes. That specific action sends a direct signal to your vagus nerve, which then tells your heart rate to slow down. You are physically, literally, hitting the brake pedal on your body's stress response. It's a direct intervention. Okay, so we get the why. Let's get to the how. This is the practical part you can start using like the second we're done here. It really is as simple as it sounds. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Then at the very top, sneak in that extra little sip of air, and then just let it all go with a long, slow, full exhale through your mouth. That's one. Do that just 1 to 3 times, and you can feel an immediate shift. Now, another powerhouse technique, and this one is used by elite performers like Navy SEALs to stay calm under insane pressure, is called box breathing. Just picture a box. You breathe in for a count of 4, you hold for 4, you breathe out for 4, and you hold for 4. It's all about creating rhythm and control when everything else feels chaotic. And this isn't just theoretical stuff. People are using these techniques in real-life, high-stakes situations all the time.
Think about competitive gamers who need laser focus, or someone trying to lower their heart rate so they can donate plasma. People use this to stop a panic attack before it gets out of control, or just to get centered for 2 minutes before a huge presentation.
So the big takeaway here is simple, but honestly, it's a total game changer. You have way more control over your physical state than you think, and it starts with your breath.
And get this, you don't have to become a meditation guru. That same Stanford study found that just 5 minutes a day, that's it, of these breathing exercises led to real, measurable improvements in mood and anxiety. That's a pretty incredible return on your time, right?
You know, there's this beautiful quote from the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh that just nails this whole idea. Our feelings, our thoughts, they're always changing, always moving. But our breath is always there. It's the anchor we can always come back to that holds us steady.
So the next time you feel that stress start to bubble up, just remember this. You have an immediate, powerful, science-backed tool to bring yourself back to calm. The only trick is remembering to push the button.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. In that tiny little space, that moment between something happening and your reaction to it, in that gap before the anxiety takes over, what could you change for yourself with just one conscious breath?